Hi everybody, it's Diana with Stamping with Di. Welcome to my YouTube channel and this week's Mimeograph Monday with a twist. And before I get started, I want to remind you about a couple things, so I'll go over that first before we get to our super cute projects. Mimeograph Monday with a twist, if you are new, I'll be doing two projects. So one is the Stampin' Up version. It can be in my store and in the catalog, mini catalog, or on a flyer. And then I do a twist on it, so I'm going to do two projects. So if you are new, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. My name is Diana, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm in Santan Valley, Arizona, so welcome. So I am in the chat room during the video premiere, so head on over there. I'll be there with my friends. If you're watching the replay and you have a question or a comment, leave it below, and then YouTube lets me know, and then I can reach out to you. So yeah, I think that's all I wanted to blubber blabber about at the beginning. So close your eyes for a second while I get my camera adjusted. Okay, I want to remind you first about the Black Friday sale that starts tomorrow. So it will run November 25th to December the 1st, and that's up to 40% off on select items. So you might get 15% off or 20, it just depends. Just make sure you go to my store and have fun shopping. I would just start to make your shopping list, and that way you can shop early. That's just me. All right. Now I want to show you the class. I have, this is my November class, and these are going out this week. And this class is the Gingerbread Man Bundle. So you will get the Gingerbread Man stamp set and the coordinating die. This is USA only, and the class is 77, and that includes this, the PDF, the priority postage, the 5 projects. Let's see what else. All right, so let me just show you what you're going to get here. All right, so these are the projects you're going to make. So you have this cute little sugar and spice and everything nice. Now nothing will be stamped or die cut out because you'll have your own die. Now if I use something that is not part of the die, like for instance this tag, that tag will be in your packet. But anything else that the die does won't be in there. But you'll have your ribbons there and your bling and stuff like that. You'll have your little bag and your candy. He just looks so adorable. This is be fun, just the perfect size to, hand out if you go somewhere over the holidays. Here is the cute one here, sugar and spice and everything nice. This guy, I used so much bling on him, all different kinds, just because it kind of looks like you're baking, right? Now, this one uses the puff paint, so you are going to get, I'm just going to fill up one of these little containers with puff paint, and then you'll use that, to go around your cute little gingerbread and makes it look like icing. Let's see, here's another project. This is so fun. Now you'll use your own blending brushes, your ink, and all that good stuff. But look how fun, and you'll get a couple of these cute little, I need to hold them a little longer. I just added those because I was like, oh my gosh, these would look so cute on this card, so my glue is not all the way dry. But, so I just thought this was so fun. This also reminds me of, baking or something, or you give this card to a child and he breaks off that leg, so, oh, snap. And then season's greetings, but the little candy canes are too cute on there. So you'll get those as well. You'll get some of these blings. You'll not get a full packet of the blings. You'll just get what you need. You'll probably get a little extra, but not a full packet. And then here's this guy. And this one, actually, I had it use it like it's supposed to. Because you don't have to, but I mean, it makes a card. So you kind of have two cards. So you've got this guy on the front, and then it has the opening here. So you could make a whole bunch of tags, right? To put on your presents and then have them be like to and from. So it's really, really cute. So here is this guy. And then the last project is this one here. Just a fun little home decor that you can put out at Christmas time. So you'll get your frame, and it has the little mat in there, and then you know, you'll get your cardstocks and stuff like that, but you'll have to you know, die cut out your own little gingerbread and his little swirly bits and bobs and stuff. But this was such a fun class. So these are, like I said, the 5 projects. This class is 77. I also made these cute little magnets. So you'll get a little magnet as well. And I just put a magnet on the back of there. But just a little extra something, just a little gingerbread man. All right, so let me put this off my desk, and then we will get started with today's stuff. So I was going to, I don't know if I said it or not last week, but I was going to do the Valentine kisses for my mimeograph with a twist this week, but I got my paper pumpkin and it's Christmas related, so I thought I would do this, and I can do the Valentine kisses next week instead. So let's do this. All right, so we have this right here. Now what I do is I fold this in half, and then I staple this. Now we do have, you know, our new envelopes. You can buy pack of the new envelopes, how the new ones come in, and keep them in there if you want, but this is just what I've been doing. All right, so this makes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, looks like 8 boxes. It looks like. So it makes 4 of each kind. So like I do with all kits, I'm going to get my pieces out just to make it go a little bit faster. And then I'll start, and I will do one of each of them so you can see how they're supposed to be, and then I'll do my twist. So yeah, so let's have fun. Now, of course, it comes with a little spot. So we have our mossy meadow, and I'm going to use my big mama pad. It has some twine. It has some really cute little matte berries, and some dimensionals and glue dots. And then you've got your little boxes, your little tags, so your little ribbons. You've got little wreaths under there. Okay, and then of course you got your chipboard. And I've always said, like, what's nice about the chipboard, excuse me, you can use it, you know, for all your crafting and stuff, but it also works as a little table. So if you're in the airport or the airplane, you can kind of put your stuff together. Maybe you're driving, you know, somewhere, you can sit in the car and you have like a little table where it gives you a little little spot to work on. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop my pieces out and just kind of get them ready and make the video be not too long. All right, let's go. Popped out, and then we have like happy holidays and to and from, so those you can, you know, use if you want. Could switch out, you know, Merry Christmas, maybe you say happy holidays. All right, so let's see how. Let's put our little box together, and if I remember correctly, we've had these little boxes before. And let's they are, what do you call it? You don't need adhesive to put them together. All right, so I'm just going to fold all of my little pieces just so that it knows what I want it to do. This is a cute little pattern on there, isn't it? And I like how it's got the green in there. Now this feels like it's coated, so it does feel like it is food safe. Let me see if it says. Let me see. Doesn't really say, but when it has a coating like that, that makes me think it is. But I don't think I would put just plain old food in there. I mean, I probably would, you know, put like a wrapped chocolate or something in there. All right, so let's see if I can remember how to do these. Now these go in. So sometimes you need to have extra hands. All right, so these little flaps, let me see, go like this, you can see it a little better. All right, so you have this flap, and they go inside. And then there's a little notch. So see that? It goes into that little notch. And then you'll do the same thing over here. So you have these little flaps, and it goes right into that notch there. Cute. And then this is just going to get folded in like that. Now I want to say that this looks like it would hold a gift card. All right, now where's my little handy dandy gift card that I have on my desk? I can't find. Well, oh, here it is, here it is, here it is. All right, so this is just a one I picked up at my favorite store, TJ Maxx. All right, so let's see. So yes, look at how cute. Now you could put anything in there, but it does hold a gift card. All right, so we have our one little box. And I'm just gonna make the other one while we're at it. So these are super cute. Like I said, you don't need adhesive for them. And I thought we had at one time, I don't think we had a die that made these, but I believe we had these in the store that made this style. But what you could do is before you make one, just trace it and get your measurements, and then you could make them out of cardstock. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing. Fold in these ends, these little guys here, and into the little notch. Now, if you're giving it to somebody that, you know, maybe you're giving it to a kid who's a little more rough, you know, you could, if you wanted, you could put a little green tip glue, you know, on these if you want it to be a little more secure. But if you're giving it, you know, to somebody that is a little more delicate when they open stuff, then I don't think you need the adhesive. All right, so there we have the cute little box. And I love it has that little notch so you can put your finger in there to open it up. All right, so now let's get to doing our stuff. So we have, let's see, this one first. Now I was looking, I'm like, where is the white? So all you have to do is flip it over. So you can have it either be two greens, or you just flip it over and now you have, you know, like that, which is brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant. All right, so we have this and this. So this is going to say Merry Christmas. And like I said, it does come with a Mossy Meadow ink pad, a little spot, but I'm using just my Big Mama pad. This is a new stamp set. Let me get a grid sheet here. So this is the paper pumpkin for November. So if you aren't a paper pumpkin subscriber, definitely subscribe, because these kits are getting so much better. And you can, I always forget the word. You can put it on, I know it's not put it on hold, but it's basically the same kind of thing. You can skip a month, here and there. You just go in to your account, your Paper Pumpkin account, and just say, I want to skip a month. So, but they do give you a sneak peek, so you kind of know what's coming. All right, so we have our Merry Christmas. This is another stamp set that has some amazing fonts, so I will be keeping this one, because a lot of times the Paper Pumpkin stamp sets, I use them for the kit, and then I'm like, I don't need to, I don't need to use them anymore. All right, so let's see here. So we have this is going to have the wreath. And then I usually put them in at door prizes, or when I do my retire sale, I kind of pop them in there. But there are some that I keep. And this one is a definite keeper. All right, so we've got a wreath on there. And I flip this over. And you're going to stamp the gift for you. And this is such a cute little picture. Look how cute this is. Isn't that adorable? And I love it because it doesn't mean Christmas, right? It's just a present. It doesn't have any Christmas on there. I love it, love it, love it. Okay, so we have that and that and that and that. Okay. So this is just going to go on here, and then it will swing out. All right. So we have our wreaths. And I'm going to use the green tip glue, although they give you glue dots. I'm just going to use my green tip glue. All right, so I flipped this over so that I could get the little white, and this is just green tip glue I put in the little bottle. All right, so that goes over top of that one that you stamped. And then we have this one that's going to go over top of that one. Now this does have a dark green and a light green, so you can do whatever size you want. I'm doing the dark green, but you can choose whatever one you want. Okay, and then we have our Merry Christmas, which we're going to put on with dimensionals, and I'm just going to use dimensionals that I have on my desk. And then I usually save the ones that come in the kit. Like sometimes I need, I'll put one in a class packet or whatever. All right, so this just goes here. Merry Christmas. Now this is not going to get glued to here because you want it to swing freely. Okay, and then we have these cute little berries. So we want 3 berries. And we want 12 inches of the twine. So there are 3 berries. And I'm going to do the same thing. So these right here, I also put in a little tote because we sell twine. So I'm going to use the twine that I have on my desk, because I also save those little class ribbons too, so that, sometimes I'm like, oh, I want to use that ribbon. I'm just going to give them a little little one of their own. So yeah, but it's the same little baker's twine. All right, so I'm going to stick that on there, and then we're going to tie it in a knot. Like that. And I'm going to leave the tails kind of long because it is on a box, so it's 3D, so the long tails look kind of cute. All right, let me get my little beads. So we have 3 of these cute little berries. They are adorable, and they look really realistic too. They're kind of like a matte. So it's always good when you're doing your crafts, you know, if you do them with kids, you know, just teach them, you know, never eat anything from your craft room. All right, let's see. And then we have the bow. And then the bow is going to go on with a dimensional. Okay, so I'm going to use a baby one. Here, babies. Oh, sorry about Winston's in there barking. All right, Jeff went to the store. Now he's barking. Now Jeff's barking. What a goofball. Oh my gosh. He doesn't know I'm doing a video. He's gonna feel so crazy. All right, so I'm just gonna put that bow there. And I should have moved this up. Hold on a second. Hang on. I'm gonna move this up. Up here. There we go. That's better. So a little higher up. That way it's not getting in the way of my Merry Christmas. Cute. Isn't that cute? All right, and then we're going to put it on the box. So they have you putting it on the box with dimensionals. And it just goes right like that. Wouldn't somebody so love this? Like, I have ladies that clean the house. I know that's bad, but I do. I'd rather be stamping than cleaning my house, and they do a much better job than me. And I always give them gift cards at Christmas time. So I think I'm going to make them each a little box and put their little gift card in there. And then they could always use the little box later. All right, but there's that. And then this will swing out for that, a little gift for you. And you could even do the to and the from on there if you wanted. So adorable. All right, so let's do the other one. I love the stripes. So this is the same thing. So we have like 2 different. So you have the green. Let me get to the right page here. All right, so we have, this is the green. You're just going to flip this over so that you have the white. And this just basically, they've given you this little, perfect little glue area. So I'm just going to use the green tip glue. It comes with dots, but I'm just using the green tip glue. So that's just going to go like that. And then this way it can kind of be setting up and dry while I'm working on this. All right, so we have this, and then this flips over. And now this one is going to say, sending a little Christmas cheer. Another cute font. Well, it's the same font, but it's, the printing and the writing, which you know me. I love that. All right, from our home to yours. I think I forgot the with love on that other one, did I? From our home to yours. I think I did. Yeah, because I think I was supposed to put with love. That's okay. That's okay. I can always add in another one. So because that's really cute too. All right, so let's see here. So we're gonna flip this over. It's gonna do the same thing as the other one, where you want to allow it to you know, to spring, flip-flop back and forth. All right, so we had this. Then we have our ribbon. So I'm just cutting me a bunch of it. Now, if you're using it from the kit, what I like to do is I like to kind of make sure I'm going to have enough. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll make one with the size that they say, and then I'll go, well, that's way too long. And then I change the length. So I need to turn my fan on. All right. It's cold in the morning, but then under the lights it gets a little toasty. All right, so we have this. Because see, this is too long, but that's all right. All right, and then we have our holly berries, which are gonna go on here. And then this ribbon is gonna go over top of it. All right. So this is gonna go on with glue dots. It doesn't really say. I'm gonna use green tip glue, just so that it's really, really secure. And I kind of put it kind of cockeyed a little bit. Okay. And then we'll put our cute bow on there. I'll use the baby ones again. So see, these are pretty quick. So while I've been doing this, now the bows are cute too. And they have like a texture to them. See that? That's kind of neat. And you could probably flip it the other direction too. All right. So while I've been doing these, I've been trying to think, what will I do for my twist? All right, and then I'm going to put this on like the other one. Sometimes I know what I'm doing for my twist, and sometimes I don't. Because these are really, really cute all by themselves. All right, and we also want some berries. So we want 3 berries. And I probably didn't have to have it be out as crazy as I did there. I probably could have reined that in a bit, but it is on a 3D box, so you have a little more leeway. It doesn't have to go in an envelope, you know, like your cards do. All right, and then this goes on here. And it's so cute. So there's the 2. All right, so now let's have some fun with my twist. Okay, I want to make a couple cards because this is a really cute kit, but maybe I'm needing to send, you know, somebody a card, and I don't want to have to mail the little box because I want to save the boxes, you know, to hand out to people. And we have these really cute Christmas greetings mix and match specialty cards and envelopes, and these will go really, really cute with this kit. So I'm going to use that, and so I'm going to do two cards. All right. So we have this cute one here, adorable. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it a little bit different. Is I'm not going to stamp on the back of these because I will stamp on the card instead. So I will be able to, you know, actually, you know, attach this where before, you know, we didn't. And then it's up to you if you want to, you know, play around with the, you know, how cute it is back there. But I'm just going to glue it with the green tip glue right to here. so that it's just going to stand still. All right. And then I'll stamp my little wreath. I am going to get my little pad though, because I think it stamps a little better with the photopolymer. All right. We have our Merry Christmas. Mossy Meadow is, I love the color. Like I said before, it's my car color, but it's a weird one, and I always have to re-ink it. I don't know why, but I do. I always have to re-ink it. All right. Now I have my little bow. Now I want to add a little bit of color to my bow. So I'm going to just get my grid sheet, and I'm just going to take my light balmy blue, and we're just going to color on the bow so that it's got a little color to it instead of just white. So it's a little glossy. So just give it, a minute to dry. But it just makes it look, a little festive. You could do it green, you could do it, not green, but red. But I just thought blue looked really cute. It's really hard to see, but all right. So let's bring this over. So this is just going to go right on here. Now if you wanted, these are a little oversized. You could trim these down and so they fit in a regular envelope, but this kit comes with this tan color as well as the green, and then they have their coordinating envelopes, so you already have, have the larger envelope. And at Christmas time, it's nice to put a little note or whatever in with, our card. So this just gives you a little bit more room. Maybe you do that Christmas letter, all the stuff that you did over the year. I know my friend Debbie, she always does a cute Christmas letter, and she always puts little pieces of stuff that fall all out of the card when you open it. Like, it's hilarious. So we always know to open her card and be prepared. All right, so I'm just putting some little green tip glues on my wreaths. And this time I turned it over so it's the lighter one. Okay, so you can see it a little bit better. Then we'll put our Merry Christmas. And then I'm going to stamp on the inside of the card. So we have Merry Christmas on the front. Okay, so I'm just going to put that on there. Baby one. And it's up to you if you want to use a tag. Use a ribbon. I think I'm just going to glue that right onto here since I'm making a card, and the ribbon will be on the box, because you might go, oh, I want to give this as a set, right? Like maybe you want to, give the gift box and a card. So now you'll have a card, that matches. Okay. And then this is going to go on here. Now it's up to you. You can put it directly. I'm going to put it at a bit of an angle. Looks so cute on there. Okay. And then we have our cute little berries. And then we will do the inside of the card. Let me get my whatchamacallit, my foam mat again. All right. So we have Merry Christmas. And then it says, sending a little Christmas cheer. And then let me do with love. With love. And then you can write your name or whatever, but so cute. You could even, do the wreath. So what you could do is you go like this with the wreath. Let me get my grid sheet. Hang on a minute. Get my grid sheet. I'm going to stamp off so it's a little lighter. No, I'm going to turn this. Hang on a minute. And then you have like a little wreath around your greeting. Isn't that cute? Just stamp off so it's a little bit lighter so that it's kind of hiding in the background and then your greeting, is on the front. All right, so look how cute. All right, so let's do this other one. And I'm going to stamp on this one as well. And this time I'm going to use the Happy Holidays. Did I pull that one out? Maybe I didn't. Hold on a second. I didn't. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Happy Holidays. Because maybe you have somebody that they don't say Merry Christmas. They say Happy Holidays. All right, there we go. So, Happy Holidays. But another stinking cute font. I keep saying that even though it's the same font. All right, now I'm going to leave this tag white, or this bow white. I am going to take, since we're having fun, I'm going to take this white, and where is my real red? And I'm going to make these berries on here be red. So I'm just going to take my dark real red blend and I'm just going to color those so they're red. Because it is a twist, right? So I get to have a little fun with the kit. Okay. I'm also, and there's more. All right, so I'm going to take my Mossy Meadow, my dark Mossy Meadow, and I'm just going to put a little bit on the edges of these leaves, or whatever they are. But this is just going to add some dimension to this flat image, and I have done this before with pop-outs. I don't know what else to call these, but they're like a pop-out, because it just makes them have a little bit more definition to them. See, you have that little dark on there. You could do the same thing on here, because this is going to go on here, so you're going to see those berries kind of peeking around, but you could do the same thing on here. So let's take our crumb, because this is white, but it's not white. It's kind of an off-white. So I'm going to use the, what color is this? This is a light crumb. Let's see how this works. If I need to use the dark or the light. I think I need to use the dark. Let's use the dark. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put a little just on the side. Of these, whatever these are. It's some sort of a branch. but that's just going to give it a little more something something. You can name what the something something is if you want. A little pizzazz. There. But see, it just gives it a little something something. All right, so let's put our card together. I think I got... Oh, let me stamp this. And then I can put my pad away. So I'm going to do the same thing as I did on the other one. So we're going to take our wreath, because I love how that turned out. Take our wreath, stamp that, and I'm not going to use the gift one. Sending a little Christmas cheer. And I'm just breathing on that just to kind of make that ink be a little darker. I already did the with love. What is the other one? Oh, here. From our house, from our home to yours. I love that, especially at Christmas time. Okay, now I can put this together. Oh, I've got stuff binging and bonging in the background. All right, so we have this cute little green tag. And like before, I'm going to glue this like directly. I mean, you could have it swing. You know, you could have it have movement on the card. But I'm just going to have it, you know, be in one spot. And then we'll glue this to this. And then you can kind of wiggle it so you can see the berries a little bit. Peeking around. Cute. And then I'm going to put it right on the card. And I'm just going to cover up that hole. And then I need a baby dimensional for the bow. Cute. All right. So I'm going to put that on there. And then I stamp this Happy Holidays, because I kind of want this one to have a greeting on the front of it. So it could go over that. I kind of like that. So then I'll make it come down a little bit. Look at these poor dimensionals. They have been cut and hacked at. All right, so I'm just going to kind of put that cattywampus. And then I'll put this on the card with dimensionals like I did the other one. So see, use all those dimensionals. The crazier the shape, the better. All right. So I'm going to put this on straight this time, because I put the greeting on crooked. So I'm going to put the tag on straight. All right, and then we have our little berries. Get on there. Now it's a little hard to see the little red ones because it is against the red, but if you look, you can kind of see. But so stinking cute. All right, so this is what I did. Now remember, these cards, if you get this card, whatchamacallit, these cards, they do come with their envelope. So I'm just going to get them ready. So when I put these in my cupboard, they already have their envelope with them. All right, so we have this one was my twist, as well as this one. So fun. And these are how the kit, the paper pumpkin makes it. And they do, swing back and forth. But you could give them together or give them separate so they had a little matching box if you wanted. Or you can just keep them, their own little thing. But this is a really cute little kit. And like I said, these fonts are adorable. So I will be keeping this one because it is super cute. Really, really cute. All right, so let me say, see you later, alligator. So yeah, super cute kit. What do you think? So if you haven't subscribed to Paper Pumpkin, please do. Because it is fun. It's like, you get a little something to do every month that you don't have to think about. Although I did this as a twist, so I had a little bit of thinking to do, but I didn't really change much of it. But they're super fun, especially this time of year when it makes the little, the 3D that are giftable. So I will definitely be making these up and having some little gift boxes ready to hand out. So I want to thank you for joining me. Now, tomorrow for my Teach Me Tuesdays, I will be doing an unboxing of my pre-order stuff. So you want to check that out. This stuff won't be available till January. If you want it now, simply join my team, and then you can pre-order it now. You can put it in your starter kit if you want. So don't forget, the Black Friday sale starts tomorrow. I have a couple of the Gingerbread Man Class in the Mail kits ready if you want those. If you have any questions at all, make sure you holler at me. Otherwise, I will see you tomorrow at 3 o'clock, Arizona time, same channel. Have a great night. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.